Hello and welcome back to my channel, Alicia the Healthy Fashionista, with your girl Alicia. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for things healthy and fashion related. It has been a very dreary day, so excuse the lighting, but growing up I know what it's like to have to stretch your money and make a lot out of a little. Families have more mouths to feed, but that doesn't mean that you can't eat healthy and filling while on a budget. I want to share with you a series of videos with 3 different recipes using a $4 to $5 pack of lentils. Lentils are one of the oldest crops in the world. They come in many color varieties, including red, brown, yellow, and they're known to have a rich source of plant micronutrients called polyphenols, which contain antioxidants that protect the cells as well as balance the blood sugar. You can also find polyphenols in things like apples, blueberries, and spinach. So, enough for now with the carrots and quote-unquote rabbit food that you guys are afraid you're gonna have to eat every day. Let's start with tacos. For the taco seasoning blend, you'll need 1.5 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1.5 teaspoons of cayenne for extra spice, and I use 1 teaspoon of my Seasoness Original Seasoning Blend, but if you don't have that, you can use 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. After recording, I realized I forgot to add the 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, but it really still tasted fine to me, but you can add that to the taco seasoning mix. For your meatless base, you're going to do 2 cups of cooked lentils and 2 cups of your preferred meatless crumbles. I use this seitan chorizo, but if you don't have a preferred meatless substitute, you can also just use 2 more cups of lentils. I'm not sure if it's going to change the texture. I really do think it probably will be better if you use a preferred meatless substitute. You also need 1 bouillon cube or 2 teaspoons of your preferred bouillon base. I know Better Than Bouillon is another common bouillon base as well. If you're trying to do low sodium, then just be cautious of the amount of Better Than Bouillon you use or bouillon cube that you use. 3 cloves of minced garlic to saute in the pan. I added 1/2 cup chopped onion for the taco meat and extra for the garnish at the end. So I started by whisking up my seasoning mix. This is the part where I forgot to add the tomato paste, so definitely add that, but again, it still tasted fine to me. And then I set that aside. While that mix is set aside, I went ahead and boiled my 2 cups of lentils and about 2 cups of water. And then you just want to add your bouillon cube. At first I added half of the cube, but then I just ended up adding the whole thing. I guess I was just afraid it would taste too salty, but it ended up being fine. So I brought that to a boil and then I reduced it down to a simmer. After I let this simmer, I did realize it needed a tad bit more water, so I just added a little bit more. You want the lentils to be soft, but not mushy. Once the lentils were cooked, I transferred them from the pan to another bowl and used that same pan to cut down on dishes to saute the garlic, a little green hot pepper, and then also 1/2 cup of chopped onion in some grapeseed oil, or you can use whatever oil you choose. And then I added those cooked lentils back to the sauteed onion, garlic, and pepper, mixed that in, and then I added my meatless crumbles and mixed that in as well. Make sure it's mixed really well to get all those seasonings in there, and make sure the meatless crumbles are fully cooked. Don't burn anything. If it seems like it's getting stuck to the bottom, add a tad bit more water. Time to add the taco seasoning mix you whipped up earlier and mix all that in. Make sure that it's mixed in and blended very well to make sure that that taco seasoning is really coating everything and all those flavors are getting in there. This mix ended up making a good amount, about 4 cups worth of cooked lentil taco meat. You can always adjust the amount of lentils and seasoning you use based on taste and the amount of people you have to feed. So for all my active people and athletes out there, some people wonder, without meat, where do you get your protein? Well, lentils and other legumes can also contain a healthy source of protein. 1 cup of lentils contains about 18 grams of protein. Next, it's time for your tortillas. I like this brand, La Providencia. I like their corn tortillas, but you can use flour, corn, whatever you prefer. So I added some grapeseed oil to the pan to cook those tortillas up in, just making sure they're cooked evenly on both sides. I was trying to be brave there. I was trying to do that thing I saw on TikTok where they flipped it with their hand. I just let mine get a little bit crispy, but you could cook them the way that you prefer. And then finally, you can add your garnishes on top, whatever toppings you like. I like to keep mine simple with just a little onion, cilantro, some lime juice. But if I had this green sauce that I usually see at a lot of Hispanic restaurants, I forget what it's called, I would add that too. Unfortunately, I'm on the last day of my partial fast and cleanse right now, so I have to save these for tomorrow. I'll just take them to work for lunch. I actually made this taco meat for my sister just to kind of help her out with meal prepping at home since she's dealing with my niece. So if you guys like these recipes, feel free to follow me on YouTube as well as my Instagram and TikTok. Bye.